Thank gold, it's Friday. That's right. I don't know what day it is where you guys are, but it's always Friday in the gold shop. So I tell you guys what, get your PPE, let's get all strapped in, and let's see what we're doing today. So first we're going to clean out the winter's stock pot. That's right, we have all the TVs that we collected up through the fall, and we took apart on the channel, and we've been collecting up all the gold. And we're going to almost finish the recovery process. That's right, there's quite a bit actually there. I'm really actually surprised. So while we do that, we're going to talk a little bit more about how I start my stock pot. So I've always been taught, keep it simple. So we have our stock pot that has the boards in it. We have a simple colander we got from the dollar store, and we have a food grade bucket. That's right, I use a pickle bucket. Don't ask me why. Maybe the thought in the back of my mind that it used to hold vinegar. Maybe it would work better for the stock pot, but every food grade bucket is going to be the same. So I don't know if this is showing up on camera, but it sure does seem like a lot of gold down there. But that's the thing. It always looks like a lot of gold, but once we get it all filtered out, we'll get a better idea of what's going on. And with every time trying something new, we were trying a different coffee filter this time. And I tell you what, the good old single ones work the best. This guy has a seam down the side, and I thought it was going to be a nice cone that was going to fit in my filtration process really nice. And it turns out that it just blew out. And so now I have to start over and refilter. It happens, but what are you going to do? So we're refiltering the process. Yeah, this filtration is going to take days. Much better. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see how I get all my free gold. All right, so while we wait for that to filter out, let's talk about what we're going to do with the stock pot. Well, normally I would put the fluid back in there because that stuff is just got going. That's right, it's just like a train down the tracks. You got that copper chloride too going. You don't need nothing else to start it, but hey, for everybody playing along at home, we're going to start this off right from fresh. So what are you going to do? Well, I tell you what, you'll see a lot of people take your hydrogen 3 or 6% peroxide, and they'll go and they'll add it with their muriatic acid. And if you're going to continuously do a round robin like I do, when you first start off with that, that's not a bad option. Why? Because peroxide is photosensitive. That's right. This stuff is in a brown bottle, and you will always find it in a brown bottle or a brown glass bottle, or you will find it in a white opaque container like this, or a non-see-through container. Why? Because it's UV sensitive. That's right. So literally the seconds after you put it into your container and you start doing your AP solution, it is already starting to degrade, and before you know it, it's gone. But not before trying to attempt to melt some of your gold, dissolve it away. That's right. It's not lost, it's just hidden. And like my buddy Hill 13 reminded me in the middle of making this video, when in doubt, cement it out. So if you have a problem, stop everything you're doing, cement all your stuff back out to your base metals, and start over. But are we going to use peroxide? No. Why? We don't need to use peroxide. All you need to do is take some muriatic acid. It's 34.5% right here. You guys will see me open up the container brand new. You take a little bit of copper. That's right. I'll use a little bit of angel hair style wire, super thin, lots of super surface area, and it'll work great. And we will put it in that coffee pot. That's right. Coffee pots, for all you guys that are just starting out, are pretty decent. Now, they're not exact equals to a beaker, but I tell you what, it can take a little bit of heat. It comes with its own burner, and we're going to put that in there, and we're going to set it and forget it while we finish filtering this out, because that is going to be our starter seed for our brand new stock pot. All right, so yeah, I'm not really measuring, but I'm assuming that we'll have about 50 mils in here, maybe 100. I have no idea. I don't really know. Like I said, we're not measuring. But so we're just going to put that copper in here just like that, and you're going to start to see it work. It's not going to go immediately because, yes, everybody's going to say you need a catalyst. But I tell you what, a little bit of heat, a little bit of time, a little bit of oxygen, and that will form the copper 2 chloride that you are needing. All right, now for the base for our main stock pot. Again, we're going to take 1 gallon of muriatic acid and 1/4 gallon of distilled water. Why is distilled water important? Well, because it doesn't hold any chlorine. You're not going to want any chlorine in your stock pot. Why? Because chlorine and muriatic acid will dissolve gold. And right off the bat, you will already start losing gold in your solution. And then you won't know it's there, and then you're just going to get rid of it. So I tell you what, don't do it. Don't risk the biscuit. Just go ahead, spend the extra $1.50 and get yourself a bottle of distilled water. But so we're going to go ahead and pour this in there. But as you guys can see, you need to make sure you do this in a well-ventilated area. All right, so as advertised, here it is. It's been sitting there. It's a little warm. It started turning green, so that means it's working. So we're just going to put it right in the stock pot, copper and all. The copper will be just fine to leave in there. And here you go. You have your stock pot all ready to go. All right, so this guy's up and running. I know it's a little lackluster when you start these guys out, but we got the bubbler going, so we have a steady, constant supply of oxygen into the system. It's dependable. We know exactly what it's going to do. We also have the copper in there, and it's going to continue to turn that muriatic acid into copper 2 chloride, and that's going to be able to do the job. And the darker green it gets, the better it works. And now what to do with these guys. Yeah, a lot of people don't discuss this, but I tell you what, so there's going to be various thicknesses on all these boards. Some of them are absolutely going to be peeled off, and some of them are still going to need some time. So what are we going to do? We're just going to keep them in here. We're not going to get rid of that copper 2 chloride we created in the original stock pot. We're just going to put it in here. We're going to put all of our boards that still need further processing in this pot, so that at one point in time, we will filter this out just like we did with the rest of them, and we will get all the gold out of there. All right, so the gold's almost done filtering through, and actually there's quite a bit of nice gold in there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the filter, and I'm just going to gently coax the gold down into the bottom of it as far as I can, and get rid of all that HCl, copper 2 chloride, that we can off of that filter. We're just going to keep spinning this guy around and keep doing the same thing just a few times. I don't mind introducing a little bit more water into this if it's going into that holding stock pot over there. But I tell you what, you only want as much water as you absolutely need to in your main stock pot. A lot of people will tell you not to put water, but I'm here to tell you that if you don't put some kind of medium for all the salts coming out of going into solution coming out of all your gold, like from the base metals and everything. If you don't have a place for that to go, it's not going to go nowhere, and it's just going to continue to cycle, and it's going to continue to plate back out on itself, and you're going to get nowhere. So you've got to have a little medium, a little something for that to take place. It's science. It's just there. I tell you what, I don't make the rules. I just live by them. So we're going to keep spraying this down a little bit, and we're just going to try to get as much as that copper 2 chloride as we can get out of there and kind of clean this gold up just a little bit more. And now, even though you filtered it and you used 2 layers of coffee filters, there's still going to be material that goes through. I know you guys can see all the gold up against that black of that lid. So I tell you what, it's going to go in that stock pot. We're not going to lose that gold, but we're going to get some better filters for next time we filter this out. So was it worth taking apart 10 TVs we got for free from out in the wild? Well, absolutely. Check it out. So this was the first filter we started, and we had a little faux pas. It happens. You learn along your way. So we figured out a better way to filter our process, and so we started with this one. I only used one filter on that, and again, you guys had seen some of the gold does go through those filters. So doubling and tripling them up, yes, will help you save your gold, but it will also decrease the amount of fluid that will be able to go through there, and it will increase the quickness that it will get clogged up. So again, it's up to you guys. I will let it go through because we will get all that other gold and the fine gold through the stock pot. We'll get it through a finer filter, and we'll collect it more when we're specifically looking for that. But we sure did get a nice little pile of gold from those TVs. Now, what are we going to do with them? Well, I tell you guys what. Every flat screen TV I have ever taken apart lives inside that jar. So what do? Well, I just gently take these guys, because you can see the gold is everywhere on there. So I have rinsed them down, and I've cleaned all the acid and everything off of these guys. And we're literally just going to fold them up in a little gold package, and we are going to put them in that jar. That's right, and we're going to do the same thing with this guy here. Then the gold absolutely does not go anywhere, because yes, although the gold is there, it is not in its pure form, and we recovered it, but we will then need to refine it. So we're going to continue, because yeah, just as fast as I'm able to scrap out these TVs and recover the gold for you guys, again, it is gold season. So this TV season and gold season. Yes, that's right. So we're going to have to get a whole bunch more TVs and restart the process. Make sure you properly clean up after yourself, because yes, you're going to see that there is still some gold to be had in that fluid. So we're going to get that wiped up, and we're going to put it in there. But I tell you guys what do you guys want to see? Do you want to see some BGA action next time? Do you guys want to see some IC chips worked through? So you guys let me know, and we'll get started on that video. But if you guys had fun hanging out and you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want to see me take apart more cool electronics to be able to get more free gold, check those guys out. And for all my subscribers, thank you guys absolutely for all your wonderful comments and making this crazy YouTube world go round. To my wife, I love you. And to my kids, go wash your face.